Right, good day, grade 9s. This is Mrs. Kater, your Afrikaans teacher. I quickly want to review the exam scope with you, which is for your vraestel 4 letterkunde. With other words, that's the literature. You can see the candy there, lekker sweet candy. So if you listen carefully to what ma'am is saying today on this scope, you will feel when you write this paper on the 2nd of December that it would be as sweet as candy. Right, so let's see. Eksamen vraestel 4, response tot letterkunde. People, you are going to write 2 hours. 2 hours. Lekker, né? 70 points. 70 punte, 70 marks. Take your time. Do not rush through the questions and think carefully. You have plenty of time. 70 marks, 2 hours. The examinators was myself, Mevrou Kater en Mevrou Olivier. And then of course, Mr. Brink as the moderator to see that this paper is of good standard and fair. Right, lekker, lekker, lekker. Let's start the poetry section A of 20 marks. Grade 9s, according to the policy, we have to ask in the exam paper an unseen poem. 'n ongesiene gedig van 10 punte. That will be your question 1. Jy kry nou notas om die unseen poem te doen. So don't stress, relax, relax, relax. Jy ontvang die getikte gedig met 'n woordelys. You will get the fully typed out poem with the vocabulary list. No one is going to ask or expect from you to know everything. Okay, we know that. So what you have to do is take the words in the vocabulary list and write it on top of the words in the poem. Then you read the poem. Then you are sort of going to realize what the poem is about. There's a message or a theme in the poem. Jy moet kan agterkom en kan identifiseer wat die lewensles, the life lesson or message is in the poem. That might be a question, people. So if you can't identify what the narrator is trying to tell us, the poet trying to tell us, then you are not going to get that mark. That's why you need to read and work through that vocabulary list to make sure that you understand more or less what he's trying to tell you. It's not a difficult poem. It's not a long poem. You have to know the difference between assonansie and alliterasie. Come on, grade 9s. This is pudding. You know this because it's also explained to you when we are busy with the other scene poems. While we are busy with poetry this year, there was questions about assonansie and alliterasie. Now let's quickly review. Alliterasie is the repeating of a consonant, like binne die baan, of wie weet waar wille weste winde waai. You hear the v sound that ma'am is repeating here. Right. Assonansie is weer the repeating of the vowels of vokale. Elke huis het sy kruis. You hear the y klank wat ons hier so herhaal. Okay, not difficult, né? Here's something new. Hierdie stylfiguur you need to know or be aware of on grade 9 level. In grade 12, we are going to expect from you to know the word and write it down, né? But that's grade 12. But while we are busy preparing you for grade 12, you are supposed to just heard somewhere of this stylfiguur. Now, let's see. A very difficult name. People pronounce it differently. Polysidenton. Some people say Polysidenton. Others say Polysidenton. It's difficult. But when you see this difficult word with poly, you just remember that is where they repeat the conjunctions in a poem in 2 or 3 lines. So, let me show you. Herhaling van voegwoorde, soos byvoorbeeld, hy staan en eet en slaan en skreeu. Can you see? Instead of using commas, they use the conjunction. Now, remember conjunctions, voegwoorde, is mos daai 3 groepe wat ons kry, né? Van omdat, maar, want, that is the conjunctions what they repeat. But ma'am is just giving you some idea here, or some information about this very big polysidenton word. Just to know and understand, it is the repeating of conjunctions. Okay, now you can sit there and wonder, but ma'am, how are we going to test it in exam? How will it be tested in the exam? We don't know. We don't know what to expect. Okay, we're going to give you the sentence. We're going to say, die stylfiguur polysidenton is waar daar baie werkwoorde, which means verbs, voegwoorde, which means conjunctions, en lidwoorde herhaal word. Herhaal means repeat. And then you just choose what type of word. So people, it will be a question like this, for example, where you just need to know what it is. We are not going to expect from you to write down the word, because here you apply the information with the rule. That's all. We want you to identify that. Okay, not difficult. Just stay with me. Just hang on. You will be fine. Look at it like a candy. Man promised you, if you do what I said here you have to do, everything will be fine and as sweet as candy. Right, then you have to know what is a vergelyking, a simile. Hy is so vuil soos 'n vark. You must know a metaphor. Hy is 'n vuil vark. Or you must know personifikasie. Hy is 'n padvark. Okay, so very important to know these things so that you will be able to identify maybe the simile in the poem or whatsoever. Not difficult. You know, usually we ask the first 2 because we know you get confused with vergelyking en metafoor. Right, then the second question of 10 marks will be your scene poem, which is Die Blackberry en die Duif. Op bladsy 166 tot 168 is the poem with the questions in your textbook. You do have to answers in your exercise book, but I will send you also the link on the group of my video, just what we did previously, so that you will be able to study the video once again. Then section B is the drama. Remember, grade 9s, the department expect from us as teachers to ask different genres in the literature exam paper. And now we did poems, so now we have to do drama, and then we also have to do the type of short stories. And with short stories, there's also different genres. I will show you when we come there. So with the drama, you only need to answer also a question 3 of 10 marks, and that is the aarde weet. Ma'am explained to you very nicely on my PowerPoint what this is about, because it is quite a difficult one. Remember, before we write test about it, it is quite a difficult one, but now you do understand what it is about. So once again, you just study the video and it will all make sense to you what this is about. The questions is also in your textbook on page 176 to 178, and the answers is in your exercise book. Then section C, which is the short stories. Here we have the genre of a volksverhaal. a folktale, and that is the one of the elephant, ou grootvoet. That is on page 142 to 143 in your textbook. That is one of the nice folktales what we did in the very beginning when ma'am became your teacher. We really enjoyed this one about an elephant. And then the recent one what we did was the one about a baie long brief aan Rolf. So ma'am will once again send you the videos, the link on the group, so that you just watch the videos if you don't understand something on the group. Remember, grade 9s, the videos is optional. It's not a have to have, because you are supposed to listen in class. It's just optional. Don't tell your parents you need to have airtime because your teacher will send you videos. It's optional. Then section D, you're going to do a longer transactional writing piece of 20 marks. You can do either question 6 or question 7. So question 6 is an informal letter and question 7 is an advertisement. Don't stop watching here and think it is easy. Ma'am already gave you page numbers in your textbook. You're just going to check, yeah, I know it. I know you do that. So don't laugh at me. I know you do that. Very important. You have to review this, grade 9s. So let's quickly look at informal or vriendskaplike brief. There you see on the right side, neatly, mooi onder mekaar, what we call the block form. Do you see that block there? That is your address and the date. So in Afrikaans skryf ons eers die straat se naam, dan skryf ons straat and then the number. Wilgerstraat 12 of Boomstraat 10. It does not matter, but it is one word, and don't try to make it difficult for yourself, people. Take the easy one and just write the address. Even if the address does not exist, it does not matter. Then the city or town, Bloemfontein of Pretoria of whatever, the postal code, and then your date. Now, important what you need to keep in mind with your date. Remember, it's the day, the month, what you write out in full. Don't use abbreviations. And the year. Now, people look here at October. In English, you spell it O-C. Now, in Afrikaans, it's a K. Now, the same with the month December. You are going to write this exam on the 2nd of December. So here you are going to write 2, and then it is D-E-S. Don't write a C for English. And don't forget the year 2020. How can we, nah? It was COVID. Bloody COVID. But anyway, then you skip a line, then how you address the person, what you need to speak to in this letter. Ons noem dit in Afrikaans die aanhef. Ma'am always said to you, start with liewe en dan jou vriend se naam, Puleng. Of if you write to a very close friend, then we use beste Puleng. Now remember, it's informal. Now, liewe, if you can't remember what it is, then you write liewe. L-I-E-W-E. Liewe Puleng. You skip a line and then it's your first paragraph. Important, grade 9s. Let's see in this first paragraph. She immediately say why she's writing. She's writing with good news and she just heard that she's going to America the next year. So very important, you use the lines immediately what to say why you are writing, and then also important, look at the type of sentences. Daar's 'n stelsin. Ek het vandag gehoor dat ek definitief volgende jaar vir jou na Amerika kom kuier. Punt. Dis so opwindend! Exclamation mark. So daar's 'n uitroepteken. So if you want to use different type of sentences, remember what we did. Uitroepsin, a question sentence, a stelsin wat jy 'n punt gebruik. People keep it simple and keep it with short sentences. Remember, we use a comma in front of the conjunction word of maar. You forget it, and then you make simple mistakes. On the next line order, here you see where ma'am indicated different paragraphs. Remember, each idea is a different paragraph on its own. That's why it's important when you do a letter, you write it immediately as X the real McCoy. And then it does not matter if you don't know the word in Afrikaans. Write an English word because you have to go back and edit it so that you can change the words what you know you make mistakes with. But keep it simple so that you know this is your format. This is how you do your word counting and know that you will be in the right word counting and so on. And you know that you do it right because you see here this paragraph, she's going to make you a list of everything that she wants to take with her on this overseas trip. And then she skip a line and now she's going to end and she's going to tell her friend that she's going to book her flight now at a travel agent. And then she ends with, skryf asseblief gou terug. So can you see the way how she's using the words? It's not an abbreviation with asseblief. Check your spelling. Then it's skip a line and then it's your friend and the name. Of you can now say van, which means in English from, and then your name. So keep it simple. And then the words what you need to write, how many words is, the amount of words is 140 to 160. Ma'am always say to you, you try to reach the target of 140 and then you know everything more, even if it is 5 words more, it does not matter. Your length will be correct because you have 140 words. Right, easy peasy, nah? Then the advertisement. People, if you look at this picture, it comes out of your textbook. It's really, it is in your textbook and you think, once you hear the word advertisement, advertentie, you can make a lot of drawings and you can write here and there a word. No, then you are making a poster. An advertisement is more information because with an advertisement, we're trying to sell a product or a service. And you need to give information about this product or service that you might get in the question on your exam paper. Now, with this example in your textbook, you have to keep the ABBA beginsel in mind. It's very important to realize what it is for. So, if your advertisement does not have an aim, it's going to be difficult to ask people or mense te oorreed, to persuade people to buy this product or service. And that's why you have to make sure who's your target group. How many color or drawings or different letter types, fonts you are going to use. How many illustrations you are going to use. Can you see this advertisement is not much illustrations. It's only one photo. You won't be able to have a photo with you in class. But I promise you, you will be able to draw something, what the instruction of the advertisement is about. I know you can. You will understand once you're going to see the exam paper. So keep in mind, when you do your advertisement, your heading is important. Because the heading in the big, fat, bold letters is what we say in Afrikaans, dit prikkel belangstelling. It draws the attention of the reader. Because that's the heading what you read to see, am I interested or not? And then immediately, it's like a newspaper. How do you think sell newspapers on the corner of the streets? If the headings is not interesting, it's definitely not going to convince a person once you read a few words that you want to buy the product. Then you have to keep in mind a specific target group. Jy moet 'n spesifieke teikengroep in gedagte hê. Now, this advertisement which is about a learner read program, what someone can what you call a borg, but someone can help with money, is in Africa, in South Africa specifically, where they want to help children here to read better. And they bring in statistics to tell you here that there is really a problem in Africa, about 45 million of children which were never at school. So now you sort of, I'm telling you, you have to be very feeling very lucky and happy, and can call yourself very honored to be in a school, because now you think it's a pain in the neck. But I'm telling you, can you see here on this advertisement, people? Can this girl read? No, because the book is upside down. She even does not know. She even does not know that the book is upside down, because she can't read. Otherwise, she could fix the book, and she does not know that. So you are really in a privileged position to be in a school. And yeah, some learners just don't appreciate that. You think teachers are a pain because we want you to let you just work. But there's a purpose there for. We want you to be right for the employee of the school, or go to university. Right, so here ma'am show you about the visual prickle, the visual picture, and I promise you, you will be able to draw yours according to the instructions of the question. Just read through what instructions actually is about, and you won't be able to struggle with that. It's really very easy. And then also what ma'am wants to show you about is about comments in your advertisement, even if it is a slogan or whatsoever, that makes the message strong. So here, these people who's advertised this project, die Lus vir Leesorganisasie, they said what their vision is about. So that's comments what they bring into this advertisement to make the message, or to give a stronger message through why it is important that people must contact them to be part of this project. Alright, and that is that. If you saw the thing in your book, in your textbook, and you just never know what it is about, maybe you thought it's another comprehension test. No, grade 9s, it was not. There's a purpose with everything. And ma'am used this advertisement to show you, if you write an advertisement for writing instruction or assessment in the exam or portfolio assessment, whatever it ever could be in your school career, you have to keep these things in mind. Once you remember this, you will be able to give good work, and you will be able to get very, very good marks, because this is what our teachers are looking for. And that is it. So, grade 9s, I hope everything will went well with you, and that you study hard. We are almost done. This Afrikaans paper will be your last paper. Remember, you need these marks to pass. We put a lot of effort in here to help you. Don't regret this, that you didn't listen, because ma'am really know that you are all in a position to pass. You can. It does not matter. It's not that difficult. It does not matter what your situation is. Even if you are so English, you can pass. Just believe in yourself, and you know you will be able to do it. So be strong, be brave, and keep safe. And I see you soon. Bye.